Hello everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Sarah Danielle, and if you do know me, then welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video for numerous reasons, but first things first, today we are doing a Q&A / get to know me. Basically, I posted on my Instagram story a question box so that you guys could ask me whatever questions were on your mind, and I'm so excited to answer those questions for you guys today. Before we get into your guys' question, a few little facts about me, I guess, so you can get to know me a little bit faster, is my name is Sarah Danielle, but fun fact, Danielle is actually my middle name, not my last name. I am 20 years old, I live in British Columbia, Canada. A lot of people think I live in the States. Anytime I mention anything about Canada, people are always like, wait, what? You live in Vancouver? You live in British Columbia? You live in Canada? Yes, I am born and raised Canadian. I've had my YouTube channel since I was 17, I want to say, and I didn't actually start posting consistently until I want to say late August 2024, so only a few months ago. Before that, I just posted once every like 3 or 4 months, which I was not happy with. And since then, on October 28th, I actually got monetized. And I know for a lot of people, monetization might be like, okay, girl, well, you're monetized, so all that means is that your YouTube videos have ads and no one likes ads. I know that, but monetization on my channel actually gives me an opportunity to continue working hard on YouTube so that I can develop it into my own career. And I am so excited about that. And random fun fact is that before I started my YouTube channel, way when I was younger and I had first had dreams of being a content creator, it was because me and my little brother used to play Pocket Edition Minecraft pretty much every single day, and we would like talk as if we were streaming, and my dream was to be a Minecraft YouTuber because that's all I watched growing up. All I watched was like Diamond Minecart, Stampy Cat, I Has Cupquake, the list goes on. I was obsessed with Minecraft YouTubing, and I've been thinking about starting streaming, like starting a new streaming channel just for fun because it is so fun, and I personally find myself hilarious when I play Minecraft. But anyway, now getting to your guys' questions. The most commonly asked questions that I got were actually about my tattoos, so I'm gonna get those all out of the way first. First of all, when I started getting tattoos when I was 18, I didn't realize how big of a conversation piece they'd be. It's like the majority of the reason strangers talk to me. Yes, that is a Spider-Man tattoo. I literally love Spider-Man. It is my favorite movie series of all time. And you're like, girl, which one? Literally all of them. I've never seen a Spider-Man movie that I didn't love. It was the first video game I ever played on my little brother's Xbox 360 every single time I went over to my dad's house. One of my like main core memories as a child is trying to figure out how to beat Doc Ock, and I don't remember which one of the original Xbox 360 Spider-Man games it was that we were playing, but I loved it so much. Somebody said tattoo lore drop. Somebody said, how many tattoos do you have and the reasons for them? Someone said, how many tattoos do you have / how did you pick them? I have a hard time deciding on getting them. And many, many more questions on my tattoos. First of all, let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 12 tattoos. Now, if you're asking me the meaning behind any of them, you're gonna pretty much be talking to a wall because there is no meaning behind any of my tattoos except for like the quote that I have on my arm. I have a quote that says, sometimes the fear does not subside and you must do it afraid. A lot of times I get really anxious and I forget that sometimes you can't just wait for anxiety to go away. Like you literally just have to do something when you're afraid. And that really helps me through a lot of different things and helps motivate me and push me. But I have that quote, I have the Spider-Man logo, I have a bumblebee tattoo, I have a wishbone, I have 2 stars, one on each shoulder. I have a few stars on my right hand that actually make up the Cancer constellation, like the one for my zodiac sign, and then a few other stars as well on that hand. I have a lily on my left hand, I have a dragonfly on my right knee, and I have a moth right above my right knee, and I have a bunch of lilies on my back that I'm going to actually expand into like a vase and a few more flowers. Oh, I have a little sunshine tattoo on me that I got as a stick and poke when I was 14. I always forget about that. And yes, it's still there. No, stick and pokes do not go away. Somebody said, can I have outfit advice? If you guys send me your outfit inspo today, the day I'm posting this, to my Instagram, which is linked in the description, you will be featured in part 3 of rating my subscribers' outfits, which is going to be coming out soon. However, I'm planning on filming that video with my boyfriend, so I'm not able to record it quite yet. Are you currently in school? And if so, what is your major? I am not in school. I graduated 3 years ago from high school, and I'm not planning on going back to school. The only thing I would do is go take a few art courses and art classes, but I wouldn't go to like major in anything or do anything that would give me like a career. I would just go for art classes because art is one of my big passions and I love art. I actually got 2 comments on my hair and I'm gonna address them both at the same time because they're pretty much the same question but worded differently. I was very surprised by these comments just because I didn't really think I was perceived this way, but I'm very happy to be perceived this way. Somebody said, what are your fave hair care products? Your hair always slays, queen. Love you, girl. Which, first of all, love you too. That was amazing. And second of all, I also got a comment that said, have you always had this cool blonde long effortless hairdo, or was it different before? And I'm not kidding, that's how they talked about my hair. I'm not just talking about my hair like that. This is hilarious to me because I have had such a journey with my hair. My hair is not naturally blonde. My hair is naturally this dark brown here, but I got 2 balyages. I got one in like June 2024 and one in like November of 2023. As for my hair care products, I don't think that I am the person to go to with this. My hair only looks great, and I will say great, and I'm not talking about right now because I just got out of the shower and it's just air drying, but my hair on my Instagram and stuff looks great when it's straightened and when it's curled and stuff like that, simply because I spent 99% of my life not putting any heat on my hair and not dyeing my hair, and then I took my completely virgin hair and got 2 balyages and only recently started curling my hair and using heat on it. So my hair is going to look better than people who have been using heat on their hair their entire life with no protection, because I have only used heat on my hair for a shorter period of time, so my hair still looks quite healthy. Don't really use heat protectant. I should be. As for my shampoo, I use the brand Monday, and then as for my conditioner, I'm pretty sure I use a Burt's Bees conditioner. I also use rosemary oil hair usually before I wash my hair, and I let it sit overnight, and I have a hair bonnet for that. I wash my hair anywhere from every 2 days to every like 4 days. I don't know, that's kind of it. Do you have a regular job separate to social media? Yes, I do. I am very excited for the day that I do not need a job outside of social media. However, I do have another job. I am a waitress at a restaurant. Did you go to university? As you guys heard, no, I did not. What is your occupation? As you can see, we're getting all the career questions out of the way. As of right now, my occupation is influencer. I'm going to start calling myself a YouTuber simply because that is my dream, and if I do not speak it into fruition, how else will I get there? So if you guys are watching, you might as well subscribe to help me achieve my dream. What are some places you've traveled to, and where do you want to go next? I need inspo for summer. Look elsewhere. I've been to Edmonton and Saskatchewan, and I've been to Seattle once. I went to California when I was 4 for Disneyland. That's the end of that. I have not been anywhere outside of North America. I want to go everywhere. I want to travel so badly. That's all I want to do. However, needing to save up a little bit more and my extreme fear of flying do not make that easy for me. What are your favorite musical artists, and do you stan Tanashi? I don't know who that is. Some of my favorite musical artists are going to be Rex Orange County. I love Tyler, the Creator. I don't know. It's hard because I don't actually like listen to a lot of specific artists. I just listen to a lot of songs. I love Sabrina Carpenter. I don't give a fuck how basic white girl that makes me. What is your favorite physical and mental quality about yourself? I thought that this was a very interesting question, and I liked how positive it is because I think that everybody should learn to embrace themselves. My favorite physical quality about myself would probably have to be my nose, I want to say. I just feel like my nose has been my most complimented feature literally my entire life. I love my nose. My favorite mental quality about myself would probably be my ability to look at everything in a positive way and be okay with everything. Can you give advice to somebody who wants to start YouTube? I don't really know because I feel like I'm still starting. You know what I mean? One thing I will say is just do it, honestly. The worst that can happen is it doesn't become your career, and that's not like a big deal for a lot of people who, for them, YouTube is just something for fun, but for me, YouTube is something I want to be my career. You don't need a camera, you don't need a microphone, you don't need a laptop. All you need is a phone. Realistically, I edit on free iMovie. If you do end up having haters, which you will if your account gets any traction, are only hating on you simply because they forget that you're human and they have negativity that they want to project onto something. How did you meet your boyfriend? I'm not gonna tell the whole story just because I don't need to, but so few little substitute names here. We've got Jessica, Terry, and Colby. Colby is my boyfriend's name. So me and Jessica had been friends since I was like 5, and Jessica matched with this guy on like Tinder or whatever, and then they hung out a little bit, and then one time she was like, hey, Terry, who's the guy she was seeing, and I are gonna have like a group little hangout. You and our other friend should come, and then he's gonna bring some of his friends. So it was just like a big group hangout in this guy's backyard. So we're all hanging out, and then I look over and I see Colby, and I'm just like, hold the front door. That is the most attractive man I've ever seen in my entire life. For one reason or another, it would not have been right for me to interact with him or flirt with him at the time. And whatever, we go our separate ways. I never saw Terry or his friends really after that, but about a year and a half later, for whatever reason, I remember that Colby existed. I had not thought about this man. I just remember thinking he was attractive that one time and then never really thinking about him again. And then out of the blue, like a year and a half later, after not really thinking about Colby again, I went through this like 2-month period where I was stalking his Instagram like every single day and could not stop thinking about him for whatever reason. And I'm still friends with this girl, Jessica, at the time. So I was like, Jessica, we need to hang out with Terry, who was then her boyfriend, and his friends ASAP because I need to see Colby. I don't know what it is. I cannot stop thinking about him. I have a crush on a man I met once 2 years ago. And then she was like, okay. So then we all hung out as a group, and I could not take my eyes off this man. I was like, oh my god, this is just the most fine man I've ever seen in my life. And he was hilarious and just everything. The next morning, I added him on Snapchat. And then he added me back like immediately and snapped me back immediately. We talked for like a month, and then we started going on a few dates. We went on a few dates for like a month and a half. And then we started dating. I have been with him for over 2 years now. It was our 2-year anniversary on November 9th. So that's how I met him. But yeah, Jessica is no longer in my life, so no, you cannot meet her. How to get outfit inspiration. Pinterest is honestly my favorite form of fashion inspiration, just because it's like the least toxic environment I feel like you can get it from. Another thing I would suggest is finding people who have your personal style on YouTube, subscribing to them, and then seeing what kinds of brands they're shopping at. What is your phone wallpaper? I have one of those phone wallpapers that changes every hour. So right now, it is literally just this picture of my shoes. My favorite wallpaper of mine is one that says keep fashion weird, and I'm probably gonna make that my permanent phone wallpaper. What's your favorite food? Sandwiches. I'm not even fucking kidding. And if you're like, girl, what kind? Any kind of sandwiches. Slap a bunch of shit between bread. I'm gonna just blah, blah, blah. I love sandwiches. 3 things on your bucket list. I don't really have like a bucket list for life, but I have a New Year's resolution folder, and I'm actually making a YouTube video on that, so stay tuned for that. But the 3 bucket list items I'll tell you guys from that is I want to hike Panorama Ridge, which is a hike in British Columbia. I have a YouTube subscriber count goal, and then my last goal for this year is to not eat any potatoes. Someone said, can you show us outfit pictures of you as a kid? There is actually not that many pictures of me as a kid. We just didn't really take that many pictures of me growing up. I'm the youngest in my family. It was different, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more pictures of my sister as a child, and that's not a bad thing, okay? Mom, if you're watching this, don't be sad by the fact that I said that. Somebody said, I know you have a boyfriend, but are you for the girls? And I am so happy that somebody finally said this, because I feel like all queer women who have boyfriends are just automatically assumed to be straight. I am not straight. I'm queer. Do you fuck with the Midwest? I am Canadian. Opinion on Jinko jeans. I fuck with Jinko jeans. I fuck with pretty much any jeans that are not skin tight, if I'm being so for real right now. Someone said, what's your favorite food, favorite cocktail, and favorite coffee order? So my favorite food, as we've established, is sandwiches. My favorite cocktail is shots, because I hate the taste of alcohol and I would rather never drink again for the rest of my life than sip on alcohol. My favorite coffee order, if you're talking about order at a cafe, or specifically coffee, if I'm going out to a cafe, I'll either get an iced matcha latte, but I usually won't because I drink that at my house every morning. Lately, I have been getting iced chai lattes, always with almond milk, by the way, because once again, lactose intolerant girl here. And then I'll get, at some places, a shot of espresso in my chai lattes. It's actually really fucking good. What's your dream place to live in the world if money wasn't an issue? Love this question. I don't really fantasize about countries or cities to live in. I kind of fantasize about the environment that I would live in. I would love to live somewhere warm. I want to live on a homestead. I want to have my own like farm. I want to grow all my own food. I would also love to live in Italy though. Like truly, I would love to live in Italy. What's your sign? My sign, as I previously mentioned, is Cancer. I was born July 8th, 2004. How would you describe your style in 3 words? How would I describe my style in 3 words? Silhouette, simply because that's something I'm really attracted to with my outfits. I just want to make sure everything fits me nice and sits on my body really well. Functional, because I usually don't wear a single outfit that isn't functional and that like I can't move around in, simply because why would I wear it then? Hey Siri, what's it called when something is gender neutral? And lastly, unisex, not in the sense that like I dress in clothes that are targeted towards men and women, but in the sense that for the most part, I don't really dress hyper feminine or hyper masculine. Somebody said perfume collection. Y'all, I don't actually own perfume. I used the Billie Eilish perfume for a while. It was the one in the gold bottle, and I loved it. It was an amazing vanilla scent, but I'm completely out. Like, there's not a single other drop I can get out of that. Toughest challenge since starting YouTube. When I talk about starting YouTube, I'm going to talk about the start as in August when I started posting consistently. I'm not going to talk about the start as in when I was 17. But the toughest challenge since posting consistently is actually not like the hate or anything. For me, the toughest part has been the fact that I had a lot of traction really quickly. I went from 1,000 subscribers to 7,000 in a very short amount of time for me and what my growth usually is. So the hardest part has been allowing that traction to ebb and flow. So like some days I'll gain like 50 subscribers, some days I'll gain like 100 subscribers, and not kicking myself down when I have a lower number of new subscribers or a video isn't doing as well is really difficult for me, because I feel like that means that it's time to give up and it's time to no longer put in the effort because it's done. But that's not how it works. That isn't the case. When do you think you really got into fashion? I have loved clothing and fashion since I was young. We did not really grow up with much money in my family, and I wasn't able to shop for style until I had my own job when I was 16. So I kind of just used what I had and what I could. But I've been into fashion, like, emotionally my entire life. Somebody said, where did you get your mic? This is the Snowball mic, and I'm pretty sure the brand is Blue. How often do you buy used compared to new? So one of the reasons I actually really wanted to answer this is because I had an intense thrifting phase where I pretty much just bought any and everything that I even remotely liked. But lately I've been opting to buy firsthand more, and I know that that's not the most sustainable and environment friendly. However, for me, I have been starting to buy more firsthand because I want to start buying more investment pieces that I adore, and I know that when I go thrifting, I am kind of blinded by the fact that I'm thrifting, and I end up purchasing things that I don't necessarily love and wouldn't actually wear. What made you fall in love with fashion? Honestly, I've just always loved it. I think it's because growing up, I really wasn't confident in myself physically, so I always loved baggy 90s and 80s street style. I don't know, I always loved the thought of having a body I was confident enough in to express myself with fashion. I didn't really feel that confident in my body growing up. The second I started to feel more comfortable and confident in myself, I really fell in love with fashion even more, because it was my first time ever letting myself express myself that way. Because before then, I always assumed I would never look good in fashionable, or what I thought was fashionable, clothing. And I'm kind of trying to get that feeling back again, because I'm starting to hit a point where I feel like I used to look better in clothing than I do right now. So that kind of deters me from having more fun with my style. Somebody said, what blush do you use? It's gorgeous. I actually got the Patrick Ta blush, and I'm pretty sure it's the color She's Wanted. My boyfriend got it for me for Christmas. It is a very pricey blush. What are your simple pleasures in life, and what makes you the happiest? Definitely, I'm an extremely social person. Honestly, being with my friends or my boyfriend makes me the happiest person in the entire world. Another big pleasure in life for me is hiking. I never actually hiked until 2024. It was the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. It was honestly the most fun. It's honestly the most fun I've ever had. How I feel when I'm hiking is what I imagine people feel like when they say they feel at home. Another big pleasure in life of mine is swimming in lakes and oceans and stuff specifically. What is something you used to be insecure about but you've learned to love about yourself? It's hard to answer this question because I'm kind of having a low self-esteem day in general. However, when I first got this question, I had a lot of answers that came to mind. I have a lot of insecurities, but they're not insecurities that take over my day anymore. Years ago, my insecurities would cause me to cancel plans and not want to hang out with people and not want to wear shorts. But I'm at a place right now where I feel really like neutral / good about myself, so truly just my body in general. A specific thing would probably be my smile, and I know that's not like a big thing. I feel like a lot of people aren't insecure about their smile, but I grew up really not loving it. Not that I'm still insecure about that. I mean, I have my days, but like that's something I've learned to accept about myself and learn that a smile represents something beautiful, so how could it be something ugly? What are some of your favorite hobbies? YouTube, definitely, but I'm trying to make that my career, so I don't really want to refer to that as a hobby. I love going to little cafes and editing. I love running. Some of my other hobbies include stuff like painting, drawing, reading. I actually like writing as well. In the summer, some of my hobbies are things like obviously hiking and swimming. Somebody said well thought, clean, and put together outfits or effortless hot outfits for men. Definitely more effortless. I'm not a very like structured, clean, nowhere, like all the pieces look brand new type girl. I really love my boyfriend's style. I know I'm biased, but like he wears really cool vintage white graphic t-shirts, but that aren't the same vintage t-shirts you see on the average Joe. And he makes his own jeans, so they're always unique and they're always perfect for him. Somebody said, have you ever thought about starting your own clothing brand or something? I actually have many times, and I don't really know exactly how I'd go about that. However, when I have more popularity and recognition and stuff on YouTube, I would not make merch. I would make a brand. I don't really fuck with merch. Like the only merch I have that I would actually wear is my Rex Orange County concert t-shirt. I don't know. I don't really like merch. I've never bought merch from any content creators. I just think it's kind of like random, and it usually ends up not being great quality and fitting super poorly and weird because they're not actually caring that much about the quality of their product. But I would definitely want to start a brand. Like 100%. Alright, and that is all the questions we have for today. I really enjoyed filming this video. I just felt like it was time for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. It was time for me to get a little bit more personal, and I love oversharing on the internet anyway, so there's kind of very few topics that are off limits for me. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'm thinking of doing another Q&A maybe for my 10K. Don't forget to subscribe and help my content creator dreams come true. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah! Bye bye.